Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Sunday, February 11th, 2018. It is week 9 of community service. Music you should know. We're going to go with Little Texas, What Might Have Been. This is off their 1993 second album, if I remember correctly. Big time. You can get this on CD or cassette. This is still when most people hadn't transitioned over, I've got to say. But that's beside the point. This is a fantastic song. The lyrics video is not super great, so I'm going to link you to the official music video. There are actually two. This is the better known one. There's some cinematic stuff mixed in that sort of like skews the meaning of the song towards the higher end of a relationship. And while that definitely applies, I like to take it for what might have been as a general life lesson. What I mean by that, the way I go through life is I always go for it. I would rather go down in flames of glory, and they are glorious, because what you're doing when you try new things, when you push yourself, when you go for something, you eliminate the haunting of what might have been, and that's a huge thing. All the time you talk to older people, the old guys, which most of the ones I know have passed away, or your friends, or in college, and it's like, man, I wish I'd have gone for that. And they don't. And I'm the type of person, I will say this, the people that go for things, for me personally, it's not that big of a deal if it fails, because then I can be like, oh, good. I would rather know that it didn't pan out or move on like, oh, well, hey, I guess I shouldn't have tried that, or I guess that chick's not into me, or whatever it may be, and have that knowledge, as opposed to sit there and be like, man, I totally should have done that. Totally should have gone for that. That's a cruddy way to live your life. I would much rather just go for things, and like I've seen in my personal life, I can tell you there's much greater reward from going for things than sitting back and wondering what might have been. So again, this is releasing right before Valentine's Day. I know a lot of you are probably middle school age or something, or high school, possibly college. If there's somebody that you're interested in, just go for it. I mean, you can't be, it's a weird world now. Things are way more complicated than they once were, but just go for it, man, because you don't want to be that person in 20 years. It's like, yeah, I wish I'd have done that. I wish I'd have gone for it. If you're some chick watching Stardew Valley videos all the time and you think you'd be better than the people doing that, or you think people would resonate with the way you play the game, start a YouTube channel, for frick's sake. Just do it. If you want to go out and you're tired of your corporate job and you'd rather walk dogs, start trying to do it. That's the main thing here. I try to stay away from like imparting my personal views on the songs to you, but this one, it's just, again, applicable in my opinion to virtually every aspect of your life. And there's a lot of people that don't do that. Like, they won't try out for the football team. They won't try out to be a cheerleader. They won't apply to the fancy college. They say, I'll never get that scholarship. Go for it. If you don't get it, you don't get it, and you move on, and you don't have to sit there and wonder about what might have been. This is one of the most important things I can instill in anyone, is to go for it. Always, always, always. The way I've looked at it, and I've done some pretty crazy things in my life, and that's the greater payout, the bigger dividend. The more unlikely it is to succeed, the more unlikely it is that anyone else goes for it, the better your chances are of succeeding. I've done some things that people said could never be done, should never be done, and that's a pretty freaking good feeling. And there's been things I've tried that haven't gone so well, but you know what? I would rather have that knowledge in my back pocket that, hey, that didn't work so well. That wasn't a great idea. That chick was crazy. Anything like that. It is better to have gone for it, risked it all, gone down, and it is a blaze of glory. It's not just burning flames in a trash can fire. I mean, it is a blaze of glory because you have the knowledge that you went for it, and you will never be haunted by what might have been. There's a lot of things I've said and done on this channel. This is probably, I would venture to say, the most important, because especially if you're younger, always go for it. There's no reason not to. And like I said, the people that do this, you're the ones that are going to be happier. You're going to reap greater rewards, and you're going to apply that knowledge moving forward with the rest of your life, and you're probably going to be pretty successful. And if you're not going to be haunted. You could still wind up homeless and living out of a trash can, but by golly, you're going to be happy, and you won't have anything dangling over your shoulders making you think, I wish I would have done that differently. So that's my thoughts. It's a fantastic song. I highly, highly recommend it. And there's also another reason for linking the original music video. This is the early 90s. There's a glorious flowing mullet. Enjoy it. That said, hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. There's also the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, if you prefer to celebrate that one more, Chicago Gangland era. But, hey, I'll leave it there. And again, I try not to impart my personal viewpoints. Sometimes I just can't help myself. So enjoy it. Let me know what you think of the song, and I will catch you back here for week 10 of community service.